Let me tell you about this particular cartoon character. So believe it or not, the microphone doesn't work.
You got a beautiful Lahaina day. Welcome aboard.
Aloha, folks. Thank you, Captain Chris. Welcome aboard yet again to the Ocean Spirit. PacWhale Eco-Adventure. All right, aloha, folks, and welcome aboard yet again to the Ocean Spirit. Pacific Whale Foundation. That was a crazy whale. Sorry, that whale just did. We should probably post photos for now.
All right, yeah, very cool. And yeah, so the whole idea of whales being here in Maui County for this, yeah, how are they getting here and yeah, you got to cut that, sorry.
That's a great question, and honestly, we don't really know.
Tail flick, 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 flick. Did you get that?
Whenever you're ready, Rob. Now, I also want to take a second and introduce you guys to our incredible film crew. Here we've got Selkit and Rob here to share with you guys this incredible virtual whale watching experience.
Okay, kids, thanks for joining us on board our very first virtual whale watch. Okay, kids, thanks for joining us on board our very first virtual whale watch. We want to make sure you have a clear understanding of how we identify humpback whales as individuals. I mean, being a scientist, can you tell us about the scientific process and how we might identify some scientific? Can you tell us, are there parts of the scientific process that we can use in helping identify individual animals to tell them apart?
Definitely. As scientists researching whales, what we're doing is making observations. So observations are just... It's something using your senses, but observations are just... What? Now we have a pretty cool game here for you. I'm gonna let Blake explain it for you.
Okay, so we have a fluke matching game where you see A through X of lots of different tail flukes. We're gonna have Annelise show us a picture. You just saw it. Kids, I want you to name this whale at home. What name would you like to call this whale? I love that name. All right, so let's see if we can find your whale on this chart. Let's start at the bottom here. We're gonna use our observations to determine if we are here. Let's look for 4 spots. 1, 2, 3, 4. In a line on the left-hand side. That's what we're looking for to identify your whale on our chart. So let's take a look and see if we can identify a few. Let's look at the one directly behind, D. We needed 4 spots. I don't see any spots on this one. Let's take a look at J down here. We were looking for 4 spots. Again, I don't see any on the left-hand side, but 1 on the right-hand side. I wonder if it's even on our chart. What about this one in the top left-hand corner? A looks pretty close. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's look at our original picture. Is that the same? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 spots, 4 spots. Do you guys think that's the same whale tail? Annelise, what do you think?
I think we found your whale.
Awesome! Okay, the island directly ahead of us is the island of Kaho'olawe. It was an important...
Well, Blake, I think you've done a great job explaining some of the islands around us and some of the things that we've been seeing and how it relates to the culture. But I love talking about our ocean animals and their different names in Hawaiian as well on board. So I'm going to take a second and teach you guys a couple of our local animals and how you would say their names in Hawaiian. Now, the one I'm sure you guys are all thinking of right now are our humpback whales. And in Hawaiian, those would be called kohola. Now, there's a couple other marine mammals here in Hawaii, like our dolphins. And dolphins we call naia. Now, another fan favorite are our turtles here in Hawaii. And this one has one of my favorite names of all, the honu. So the first time you see a turtle in Hawaii, it's a whole new world. Yeah, look at that.
All right. So you might have noticed that I don't look the same as I did just a minute ago. That's because I'm using Hawaiian Soul sunscreen. Super important to make sure that we are talking about the types of sunscreens that are good for our oceans and those that might have detrimental effects. So are there places online you can find this?
You can find this particular sunscreen right on our website, pacificwhale.org. Our e-commerce site has this and a variety of other really, really cool sustainable products that you guys can become conservationists with yourself. So I encourage you guys to, wherever you are in the world, pick a nice mineral-based reef-safe sunscreen, and this is going to be giving a big gift back to our oceans.
So Annelise, let's play a game with the kids. So let's take, for instance, think about your best friend at home or your best friend at school. Everyone got it? Nope, only one. I know you have 14. One friend. Pick your favorite friend. How do you know that it's your friend when they call on the phone? Do you have a best friend? Mm-hmm. How do you know it's your best friend when they call on the phone?
Well, I can tell from that Tennessee accent.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm not sure who you're talking about, but let's just say, for instance, that you get a FaceTime call, right? So we're in the world of technology. We're on our iPads, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. Sorry, I'm just going on. We're going to cut and paste here, Selkit.
You guys can imagine, put yourselves in the mind of a female whale who's traveled so long and so far to get here to Hawaii and who wants to increase her chances at finding a suitable mate. Would she swim towards the sound of one whale singing alone, or would she swim to the sound of many males singing all together? Ladies, think the Backstreet Boys.
It's raining men, hallelujah.
Cut.
That's good.
This is okay?
Yeah. Okay.
So some of you are sitting at home wondering, how can I help and what can I do to protect our oceans through science and advocacy and inspire environmental stewardship? Well, there's a couple ways you can get involved. But one thing to know is that we all have one thing in common. Not all of us live around an ocean or in a beautiful place like Maui, but what we all do have is a voice, we all have a vote, and we all have the ability to move and to do things for our planet. You know, I remember when I first moved to Maui, I remember a bumper sticker that I picked up somewhere, and it was just a yellow and red bumper sticker that said, "Save something." And I've held on to that bumper sticker, and I have it at home in my closet, and it just reminds me that we're all very different and yet kind of the same, and that we have that voice. So I want to encourage you, wherever you're at in the world today, is to use your voice to save something. So as you go out into your daily lives, we encourage you to rethink single-use plastics. Reduce, reuse, recycle, and rethink what you're doing with your single-use plastics. Thanks for joining us on board. I hope you've been inspired.